eat a 2-week-old unrefrigerated pie. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
Hey, it's Ryder. Subclassing came out, so the build video I just posted is no longer relevant. It doesn't really work as well. If you wanted to do Templar, I've seen Pure Plar work really well with using all three skill lines and using Essence Thief and Rallying Cry with combination Battle Lord or Kill or Zon. But I wanted to stray away from that. I wanted to do something a little different this time. I wanted to make a bash build because I know how toxic this is going to be in Battlegrounds, so I kind of want to get ahead of the curve before I'm the one stumped by it. So for the gear, I'm actually using Gaze of Sithis, which I'm not super sold on, as blocking is really important. But I do also like the raw armor this gives. Now for the one-piece Monster Shoulder, I would probably recommend a Monster Shoulder that gives armor instead of stam recovery. I just needed a little bit more stam recovery, so I went with Bloodspot. Reinforced typically is what you're going to want on these bigger pieces. So again, if I had to be more ideal, I'd probably swap this out to Reinforced. One-piece trainee, we got some Essence Thief on, and we're going to be having the Deadlands Demolisher front bar and the Essence Thief back bar. I'll go ahead and cover over the traits. You're going to want all your jewelry to be infused with bash damage. I'm playing around with the Bolivian damage on the sword, though a Defile might work better. Not sure yet. I went with defending, though Decisive is really strong as well for pumping up that regen. Reinforced here. For our skill lineup, we're going to be doing the Sundering Throw. This is from the One Hand and Shield skill line. This is scribable, so if you're not paying for scribing right now, don't worry, it's free soon. We're going to put physical damage, bash, and major cowardice on this. For our second skill from Earthen Heart, we're using Fossilize. This is going to immobilize and stun. We're going to be using Polar Wind for our heal. Keep this up at all times. Shimmering Shield as a way of getting ult gen like crazy, but also shutting down ranged targets and Nightblades for the bow proc. And the last skill is going to be Lingering Flare. For the ultimate, I have Spell Wall on here. I do use this occasionally if I'm getting pressured down too much, though I might also swap this out for the Psijic Temporal Guard. I'm not quite sure yet. It's a super fresh patch, so I'm changing around a lot of stuff, and your own build might have some variety as well. For the back bar, because we're using a Restoration Staff, I like Rapid Regen or Radiating Regen. Either are fine. They both have their uses. Because this is going to be for BGs, I'm going with Radiating Regen just to offer a little bit more support for the team. Vigor is going to give us Resolve and a heal. Channel Focus is going to give us Mag and our armor. Now, we're going to be doing Extended Ritual for a cleanse, which is super important, but also heal over time. And this is a back bar passive. But this is actually also going to heal us when we kill targets. So when you're done wiping the floor with people, you can go ahead and get your sustain back faster. But we're mostly just using this for the minor intellect, endurance, and fortitude passives. This is our main ultimate. The build revolves around using corrosive armor. So again, you actually might want to put this front bar. I've been playing with the front and back bar. I don't know which one I like more yet. It probably makes more sense to put it front bar. But basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building for corrosive, then popping it, and then going ham on people. It actually boasts really high recoveries in a lot of regards. It doesn't boast high weapon or spell damage, but that's okay because we don't really rely on that for much. And has really high health. You could probably do a little bit more if you did more prismatics, more stamina. You could probably swap your Mundus Stone to the Lord if you wanted more health, but I really like using the Atronach personally. For the food, we're using Jewels of Misrule. I've seen people use different variants of Tri-Stat food, but I think recovery is really important, especially for newer players that aren't used to heavy attack weaving. Now, I will say with the Restoration Staff back bar, you can get a lot of magicka back really quickly, just from the Restoration passive. Where is it? I think Essence Drain. So that one will give you Major Mending, which makes you heal more, so you actually use less healing. But then you also use Cycle of Life, which gives you a lot more magicka back. So if you're finding that you don't actually need that much magicka sustain, you could probably swap that out for the Lord, but kind of do whatever you think is best for you. For the CP, again, I'm not super set here. Exploiter is really strong, though, when we set targets off balance. This one might swap out, though, because I was originally using Adrix Spear's charge ability, toppling charge, which sets off balance, so I might change this up. Deadly aim because we're doing a lot of single target. Cutting defense is just nice for whittling down your target. Again, this is mostly for battleground, so a lot of this won't even apply. And Ironclad is just strong. For the reds, you can take a look here. I think Pain's Refuge is kind of a non-negotiable, and I think Survival Instincts is non-negotiable. Fortified directly helps how much damage we do. So if I had to swap one of these out, in case you really like Celerity, for example, probably drop Rejuvenation. I don't think it's that necessary versus the others. So there's two main parts that really appeal to me for the build. So the first thing is it's really easy to use. We're just using one button to spam in addition to bashing. So the combination is really, really simple. It's just about timing and having patience. But it's also really hard to die on this, and it shuts down a lot of the current meta what we're seeing with the Nightblade and spam from range. So if that appeals to you, this build might work quite well for you. Again, you might want to make your own adjustments to it, given that this is just a few days into the patch, and I expect myself to be making some changes, so I expect that this build won't be perfect for everybody, but for a majority of players who just need something to get into PvP, I think this build does pretty well. So the combination is pretty easy, like I mentioned. So you're basically just doing a light attack into a shield throw into a bash. And just do those pretty quickly, and you see the numbers start pouring up pretty quick. Now, what can happen is if you just spam this, you're actually not going to get all that much damage from it. And the reason why is because we want to be bash weaving. So if you're unfamiliar with what that is, that's basically like light attack weaving, which you may have heard of. But instead of throwing in a light attack, you throw in a bash. And it does actually add a lot of damage because we are a bashing build. So for light attack builds, like, you know, aside from proccing your enchants and whatnot, you can kind of get away with not light attacking every time, like missing. But because the rotation is so simple, it's really important that we get our bash weaving in as smoothly as possible between every single Sundering throw. But effectively what you want to do in a BG is you want to proc your Essence Thief, grab that. You can't stun this target, but you would use your Fossilize. Corrosive. Now with Corrosive, you have 100% penetration, so your numbers are going to go up really, really high. And if you do all that right, then you're golden. You can kill a lot of targets like that. Like if you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. That's really it. It's pretty simple. Really not much to it. And enjoy.